Hello friends. A couple months ago, I made a video for Pride Month where I attempted to make a master list of LGBTQIA plus cozy games. I spoke about over 20 games in that video. I'm gonna link it somewhere in case you guys want to see it. But you guys commented with so many good queer game recommendations, so I looked into all of them and I wanted to make a video where I spoke about all of the games that I missed in my last list that you guys recommended. So let's get started. First game that you guys recommended was a game called Highway Blossoms. This game looks like it would probably have me crying by the end of it. Highway Blossoms is a short Yuri kinetic novel set in the American Southwest. Follow the story of Amber wandering the desert in a recently inherited motorhome as she mourns the loss of her grandfather. After an old gold rush minor journal is discovered, a nationwide craze begins as would-be prospectors try to solve the clues and find the gold. Indifferent and unaware of the hunt happening around her, she meets Marina, a young hitchhiker lost in New Mexico, and it seems like without looking for it, Amber finds some kind of gold too. The art and music of this game look absolutely stunning. The whole van life thing seems very cozy to me. It also has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, most of them just raving about how they didn't expect to be enthralled in such a beautiful, emotional story. Also, this review really got me. Anyway, it's on my wish list now, so thank you. Next is a similar game by the same developer, and it's a game called Heart of the Woods. This is a fantasy Yuri visual novel about paranormal investigation and a love between two girls that transcends life and death. When Maddie and her best friend Tara journey to a remote forest village called Eisenfell to investigate rumors of the supernatural, they find a whole lot more than they expected. Suddenly swept into a dangerous supernatural crisis that will change the course of both of their lives forever. Maddie begins to form a bond with a ghost, and it's up to you and your friends to break the curse that has ruled over this town for centuries. But more importantly than that, it's up to her to find the way to free the woman she loves. Queer game where you fall in love with the ghost. Say less. I already bought it. As a warning, I also read that this game has some plus 18 scenes, but truly this game looks so beautiful and interesting. I personally am a big fan of anything paranormal, but from what I have seen, this game does not seem to be scary or a horror game in any way. Next queer game that you guys recommended is a very, very popular game in the cozy game community actually, and that is Wildflowers. I actually have never played this game before, even though a lot of my friends really love it. I should probably get into that. I'm sure most of you already know, but in case you haven't heard of this game, this is a witchy farming sim where you play as Tara, who has just moved to a cute rural island to help out her grandma and the family farm. You tend crops, care for animals, fish, craft, and more throughout the day. And by night, you nurture your inner witch as you learn to fly your broomstick, brew potions, control the weather and seasons, or even transform into a cat. Transform into a cat! I don't know why I feel like I had to say that twice. Anyway, there are plenty of romance options in this game. I have heard also just friendship in this game is very rewarding, but if you choose to go for a romantic setting, there are multiple queer relationships that can happen in this game. There are also non-binary characters as well. Also, transforming into a cat. Another game that you guys recommended that looks really good is a game called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. When I looked into it, I was like, whoa, this game looks stunning. This is a narrative RPG with card-based battles where you spend your teenage years on an alien planet, growing up in humanity's first extrasolar space colony. You get to explore, grow up, and fall in love, navigating a new world full of wonder, danger, and beauty. Choices you make and skills you master over 10 years will determine the course of your life and the survival of your colony. There is so much queerness in this game. From the get-go, there is character customization where you can choose your name and pronouns, which can also be customized manually to suit you in whichever way you'd like. And you can also choose how your appearance will change over time. And whatever you choose your gender expression or identity to be in this game, it doesn't affect the kind of relationships that you can have with other characters and their gender. It's really rare to find a game that has so many options in terms of customization and queerness. I'm so happy I got recommended this one. Thank you. Okay, next game you guys were telling me about is a game that I was actually cautious to mention in my other list because even though it's a very beautiful game, it does deal with very heavy contents, and that game is called Life is Strange. I haven't played this game myself, but I have seen a lot of playthroughs, and I have also gone through quite a few rabbit holes trying to figure out timelines and theories of this game. However, if you're going to play this game, I would encourage you to please look at the content warnings first. It is a very emotionally heavy game, so please take care of yourself. Life is Strange is a narrative adventure game. You follow the story of Max, a photography senior who discovers she can rewind time while saving her friend Chloe. Meanwhile, Max must quickly learn that change in the past can sometimes lead to a devastating future. They've also made this game into a series, some of them following different characters and storylines, which are also very queer and beautiful. If you're into very emotional, story-heavy games, this is the perfect queer game for you. Another great recommendation by you guys is by the same developing company actually, and that is a game called Tell Me Why. I hadn't heard about this game before, but from what I could see, it seems to have a similar flavor to Life is Strange, at least in the storytelling and visual style. Tell Me Why is also a narrative adventure game set in beautiful small town Alaska. Twins Tyler and Allison Ronan use their supernatural bond to unravel the memories of their loving but troubled childhood. Your choice will affect the twins' relationship, determine the strength of their bond, and shape the course of their lives. This game looks so beautiful, and it also deals with more mature contents, so just bear that in mind. Moving on to sillier games, there was another game that you guys liked because of its queerness, and that is Bugsnax. I spoke about this game in a recent video, so I'm gonna just quickly mention it right now. I'm sorry if you can hear Pacha using the little box in the background. Bugsnax takes you on a journey to Snacktooth Island. This is the home of the legendary half-bug, half-snack creatures. You are invited by the intrepid explorer Elizabeth Megafig. In this game, not only do you uncover the mystery of what happened to Elizabeth, but you also get to learn about all of these quirky creatures and how to catch them. This game is just pure summer fun. I would recommend it to anybody, but it's also a game where queerness is just casually happening all around you, which I really love. Another game that you guys recommended and that also looks incredible is a game called Wandersong. I actually got given this game recently as a gift and I cannot wait to play it. Wandersong is a musical platforming adventure with an emotional story. The main character of this game uses they them pronouns, play as a silly bard, and use music to interact with everything on a journey around the world. You essentially play as a walking musical instrument, and different things respond to your music in different ways. Along the way, you'll explore, solve puzzles, and meet a huge cast of characters. I say this all the time, but I just really love games that incorporate music into the gameplay. What I have seen and heard of the music and art style of this game looks so gorgeous, and I cannot wait to get into it. Following on your recommendations is a game called Sayonara Wild Hearts. Hey, all I'm gonna say is queer people on motorcycles. Are you sold yet? Because I am. This is a dreamy arcade game about riding motorcycles, skateboarding, dance battling, shooting lasers, wielding swords, and breaking hearts at 200 miles per hour. As the heart of a young woman breaks, the balance of the universe is disturbed. She finds her other self, the masked biker called the Fool. I cannot wait to play this game. A lot of people have talked about how the depiction of queer women in this game is just so nuanced and beautiful. The art style also seems just right up my alley. Also, it's narrated by Queen Latifah, okay, and last but not least is a game that has not come out yet, but you guys were telling me how some of you have played the demo and really enjoyed it, which made me really excited for its release, and that game is called Goodbye Volcano High. This game is promising to be a cinematic narrative adventure about love, change, and the end of an era. You guide Fang through their final year of high school as they try to make things right before time is up. It is a coming-of-age story. I was blown away by how beautiful the character environment design of this game is when I saw the trailer, and that coupled with the promise of telling beautiful queer stories just really sold me on this game, and I cannot wait to play it. And again, this is another game that incorporates music into the gameplay, which, as I have already said, I really love. It is coming out in August 29th of this year, and it'll be available for PlayStation and PC. And those are all the queer games you guys recommended. You guys have such great taste in games, and I just love to hear what you guys are into. If there are any more games that I didn't mention in this list or my past list, please let me know. And just any other games that you guys want me to play, I love hearing from you guys. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. It really does help my channel a lot. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, remember to take care of yourself, have some rest, have some water, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh my gosh. Look at Pacha. Get cozy, why don't you?